Hi, I'm Casey Conway, Chief Economist for the CCIM Institute. Today, I want to share some insights about the surging Delta variant and what that might mean for commercial real estate here as we go into the fall and the end of the year. Let's look at the big picture implication. The big picture implication is something like the surging Delta variant injects an element of uncertainty into the marketplace. And the marketplace doesn't like uncertainty. And we know from past experience in commercial real estate, the behavior that results from investors is they hit the pause button. So it's incredibly important that as CCIMs, we stay in touch with our clients, and particularly those that we have pending transactions with, to gauge how they're handling things, the transactions moving forward, due diligence is getting completed, and more importantly, that those capital sources are staying committed and engaged in the deal. So stay in touch with your clients and those pending transactions to make sure that you can manage as much of the uncertainty element. But let's translate that geographically and by property type. So geographically, what's important to keep in mind, similar to what we learned last year, that the coronavirus and the Delta variant are not going to play out equally across all states. So cold weather states are probably going to be more impacted as we go into the fall and we have to go indoors and can't eat outside as much. And warm weather states probably have the opportunity to do more outdoor leisure, travel, dining, etc. There's a caveat though. The surging Delta variant is strongest in the southern states where you have more warm weather, Florida, Texas, Alabama, Georgia. So it may not play out just based on whether the weather is warm or cold. Go to the Johns Hopkins website, pay attention again to what's happening by state and how that might affect your local leaders' decision-making on shelter-in-place decisions. Let's look at by property type. Office, what it means for office is probably remote work is here to stay, and that has a dampening effect on absorption and transactions. Companies are already delaying or deferring the return to work that was set for July and August, now into September, October, and the end of the year. So we have a lot more to play out on remote work and what that means for the office environment. On logistics and industrial, it's to infinity and beyond. We're seeing that with increased merger activity, prices, more demand for warehouse space, and that really leads us into the why. It's because on retail, if the Delta variant surges, continues into the fall, it means more e-commerce, more of us continuing to go back to shopping at the grocery store online versus in person. So retail means more e-commerce, more strain on logistics and in the warehouses. And then the last one is look at housing. So on housing, we've been debating the eviction moratoriums coming off and whether the rent and mortgage forbearance programs would end. We now see that evictions that were extended into September may go on beyond that, and that the rent and mortgage forbearance may need to be extended if we go back to shelter in place. So stay tuned. A lot still to unfold here. The most important thing is uncertainty is still with us. COVID is still with us. And we need to stay engaged with our clients to try to mitigate and help them with those uncertainty items.